And the latest job numbers are in. According to the Department of Labor, fewer Americans applied for unemployment benefits last week. Applications for jobless aid fell by 2,000 to 229,000. This comes as the U.S. job market remains strong in the face of rising inflation and interest rates. ABC News business correspondent Deirdre Bolton joins me live now for more. Sorry, I was about to call you Cecilia.
That's okay. I'm going to be very complimented by
Deirdre,
that.
I apologize.
Yeah.
The jobless numbers, they're fairly flat. So what do you make of that?
It's actually a really steady sign. We have a tight labor market. So long story short, most people who want to work can find a job. And with so many things that are concerning in our economy right now, the labor market is definitely a bright spot.
All right. So a lot of people have jobs. That's a good thing. How does that compare to inflation, though?
That is really the problem. So we've seen workers' salaries go up around 5.5%. We know the latest inflation print was 8.6%. And we all feel this when we fill up at the tank, when we go to the grocery store, for most of us paying rent. All of these costs are going higher. So the question is, yes, workers are making more, but inflation is actually higher. So plenty of U.S. workers getting squeezed. I actually spoke with a lifeguard captain in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and he said guards there are asking for longer shifts but fewer days so that they don't have to drive as much. And he's actually working with the local Chamber of Commerce to try to place these guards in basically affordable housing just for the summer. So this just shows at least two ways where at least hourly workers, even highly skilled hourly workers like beach guards, are really being squeezed.
And the focus when it comes to fuel has been on gas prices because that's what affects most Americans every day, right? We're the ones who go to the pump and we pay for that. But diesel prices are also very high, and in many ways, that can have an even bigger impact. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Of course. Any trucking company, some trains are using diesel fuel, and we've seen, as you alluded to, prices at the pump up 60% compared to this time last year for you and for me, but diesel is up 80% now versus a year ago. So anytime you order a package from anywhere online, that package is coming to you at least in part diesel fueled. All of our groceries, more or less. I mean, think about like avocados, pistachios, strawberries, anywhere that there's interstate commerce, which is most of the things that we buy, comes to us via diesel. So this is a huge part. You even actually have some analysts out there saying we're actually more concerned about the increase in diesel prices than we are about the prices at the pump for individual people.
So would a federal gas tax holiday impact that?
The same criticisms that are there for the gas that you and I use in our cars is there as well for diesel. So yes, very short-term effect, but as we know, this is a 3-month window that we're talking about. And so critics of this idea say this is really far from a solution. We've heard Democrats call it a gimmick. I think if you speak with people in the oil and gas industry, they will tell you the most important thing, the only thing that can move the needle is actually investment in the energy sector. And we know there's this somewhat clumsy handoff between legacy energy products and green energy products.
The White House is meeting with oil executives today. What do you expect from that?
Well, probably critical in tone. We've seen the president's letter to these 7 oil execs basically accusing them of having higher than average profits during this time after Russia attacked Ukraine. So it's likely to be a very contentious meeting. We know the energy secretary is the one who is expected to meet with these 7 oil execs. Probably going to be a lot of back and forth, and probably the oil execs are going to say, listen, we need investment. We need support for our investments. If you think about refineries, there hasn't been a new refinery built in the U.S. in the last 50 years. And not all of this is Russia related. When we shut down our economy because of the pandemic, that really affected a lot of these refineries. I mean, a lot of them just basically closed. So I think we're going to hear a lot from the oil executives essentially trying to say, maybe you don't realize the whole full big picture here. And then the political pressure, of course, from the Biden administration, which really wants to address an issue that's affecting Americans every day.
All right, we'll be watching that meeting closely. Yeah. Deirdre Bolton, thank you.
Sure thing.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.